what's up everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangout, Halloween edition. You got myself, Noe Pedro Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Pedro Ruiz, the creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printer projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
Oh yeah, this is the show where we combine 3D printing, DIY electronics, smash them together to make inspirational projects for you folks.
That's right.
For you hope folks at home.
Yes, we pride ourselves on designing custom projects that inspire you, made with custom design circuitry. For you guys.
It's the Halloween edition, that's why I'm all glowy. Yeah.
Every week we have a lovely assortment of segments. We start off with...
That's right, we start off with segments. Let me go to them.
What are you prototyping? It's when we take a look at what we're working on for future weeks.
Yep, future weeks. And then we'll do the layer by layer segment.
So when we take a look at some of the CAD design techniques that we use on designing all of our projects.
Loosey-goosey today, folks. We're going to do a shop talk.
That's right, we take a look at some behind the scenes and some cool new things that we're working with.
That's right, working with. Q&A.
So we answer your guys' YouTube questions.
Guys and gals. There's gals. And then after that, our favorite segment, Community Makes. Last week we talked about it. This week it's fully baked. We're going to talk more about that as the show goes.
That's right, we've come up with a cool way to reward you guys for making some of the projects.
Yes.
And even highlighting some of you guys that are going beyond, above and beyond.
That's right. You make it, we bake it. Something like that. We'll come up with some better thingamabobs. Anyway, it's Halloween weekend is upon us, so yeah.
It's this Saturday. We're going to be carving some pumpkins on, I think, Friday. So hopefully it stays long enough to not rot in the hot Florida sun.
Not rot. It's Florida here. So
can't wait to see what Gavin's expression is going to be like when we cut open and gut this pumpkin.
Last year was a little, he was a little freaked out, but we did end up, baking some seeds and eating those. So let us know what you guys do with the guts. And
do you throw them out, or do you bake the seeds? Let us know in the comments.
That's right. Okay, well, we're going to jump into it. This is laggy. Why is it laggy? Anyway.
Whatever. Every week we have a coupon code for you guys this week.
Okay, coupon code action.
1i. Use coupon code 1i for 10% off.
There you go, 1i.
All orders except software and gift certificates. Okay.
And then we have some freebie deals. While supplies last, folks, check this out. If you spend $100 or more, you get a free half-size proto board. $150 or more, you get a free 5-volt trinket. $200 or more, you get free shipping with all your stuff. So that means if you buy a printer,
you get free shipping.
You get free shipping and some stuff. $250 or more, you get all that stuff plus a pro trinket, the 5-volt version. So some good deals.
That's
while
right.
Supplies last.
Yeah, you get a board to immediately start any project that we might have.
Yeah, we got a lot of projects that use it, so very useful thing.
Check that out.
Okay, we're going to jump into the the prototyping segment. This week, it's the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater doorbell collaboration project with Phil B. Here it is. It's finally done. We have the guide available today. Project video is out, and the files are on Thingiverse and the like. So yeah, very fun, very creepy, cool, cute project. Good combination of 3D printing and DIY electronics, of course.
Yeah, this is what we're about, combining 3D printing and electronics. Very cool little thing here. When you hit the eye, it'll actuate the doorbell ringing, as well as make him blink. We're using UV LED in there with glow fill, so this will glow in the dark.
Glow filament, yeah, Ninja Flex filament, transparent purple, all the stuff is available at the Adafruit shop, so you can pick that stuff up now. The Teensy board, the 3.2 version is available in stock. Shipping now. We got plenty of the screens. You can choose whether you want a TFT display or an OLED. I definitely recommend the TFT display, not because it's just cheaper, but it looks way better when you take photos of it. So yeah, there you go. This little plastic thing, people are asking about the plastic thing. You can get one from tapplastics.com or Amazon. Kabochan is what it's called. Yeah, it's a plastic sphere thing. But yeah, it looks really well. Big shout out to Phil B, who of course wrote the software for this.
Even drew the outline that you traced inside of the CAD package.
That's right. Well, so that's this week's project. We have 2 of them. One's mounted on the front door for the trick-or-treaters. We'll see if they dig it, see if they know how to use it. It's like, oh my God, what do? You push the eye. Hopefully they know how to do that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay, let's look at your project. What have you been prototyping?
Yeah, so
He'll be ready
prototyping, we talked a little bit about this last week, these awesome new LED light panels that we're getting in the shop very soon.
Okay.
Super color accurate. You can change the color temperature on it, the
brightness
of
course.
it.
You get a battery indicator.
Yep, so you can get a Sony battery for this. We're a Canon household here, though, so we have a ton of these, the LP6E.
No, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
LPE6.
There you go.
LPE6 Canon batteries.
You got so many, like,
Yeah, there's so many names, but yeah.
So obviously this isn't going to fit. Luckily, we have these very awesome little handy converters in the shop. That have
They do, yeah.
These, all it is like a wire and a converter that'll allow you to use any of these Canon batteries. So what I've been prototyping is this little mount that mimics the Sony battery on here. So I traced out the little cutouts inside of Illustrator, made sure that the sizing was all correct, imported it into Fusion 360, and then did all the measurements and design work inside there. A couple of prototypes to make sure that everything fits. If you've seen my Instagram account, you can see this already fully done. I'm just trying to extend how long we can talk about this. So it just very easily just slaps on there like that, and then grips on like that. This little guy here, the battery converter, has little slots on there so you can slide these through, and it just mounts on top like that. The battery just clips right on there, and you're able to use your Canon batteries. We also offer the Sony or the Nikon version of the mount for this.
Oh, cool.
So you can use
any
battery.
Work as well, yeah.
Yeah, the battery indicator works and all that. And yeah, very cool way or useful way of 3D printing and camera gear.
Yeah.
This again, I think you might have seen me prototyping this on the Ultimaker. This one right here was printed using the Micro 3D, which is back up and running. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming segment.
Okay, cool. We got a video here of a quick rundown of the project, sort of. So let's take a look at that now. Here we go. Like you said, look at that overhang, folks. That's crazy stuff right there. It is overhanging crazy like that. No supports needed. Just overhang. Like, holy crap.
Actually, I did use supports for the one little
several
part.
parts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because otherwise it probably wouldn't work too well. Okay. Well, prototyping it quite a few times. Soldering involved. A little bit of soldering. You just got to take off the little rings and put them in there. Talk more about that, I guess, next week.
We'll talk about that more next week. We'll release this project once we have these in stock. And
yeah, they're probably in
I think
stock
the week
now.
after is when we're actually going to release the project.
Okay.
So very cool stuff there. The next thing that we're going to be prototyping. Oh, and there's the battery adapter. Looks like we're out of stock now, but I just want to remind everybody that we do have a Notify Me button.
Right.
For any of the products that are out of stock, you just type in your name and email there. You'll be notified as soon as they're back in.
That's right. Yep. It comes with some screws as well, so you can reuse those if you'd like. And yeah.
And like what I was saying before, we have a Nikon version and I think a different Sony version as well.
Okay.
So take a look at that.
Yeah. Like
Have
you
it
said,
fit
Panasonic.
Panasonic, yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Cool.
Based on whatever camera your household uses.
Right. We used this in a previous project. You can see here the DIY camera monitor. It's worked really well. Awesome. I like it.
Cool.
Okay. That is the prototyping segment. Of course.
Oh yeah. Next thing that I'm gonna be working on is some barn doors, so we can more accurately like shoot light if you want to.
Directional light.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Using directional light. And one of our engineers, Todd Trace, came up with a really cool idea using the Flash Forge to do some dual printing, so you can make a bat signal. Usually when you
cat signal.
Yeah, so usually when you make something that has like a cutout, you have to design it in a certain way where it's like a stencil.
Sure.
But with dual printing, you don't have to have. You can have like the design have floating pieces.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So gonna be totally handy
Floating
for that.
pieces.
So we'll have like a bat signal or Adafruit signal and flash that around. So that'll be super cool.
Okay. Let's take a look at the layer by layer, and we'll take that look at that in just a second. All right, so this week I wanted to show you guys just a couple tips that I got from Taylor Steen. So I've been following his tutorials on YouTube on how to use the freeform sculpting tools in Fusion 360. If you haven't heard about it yet, please check it out. That is how I modeled all these parts basically, yeah? So it's not like solids, it's freeform modeling, means that you can pull faces out, make soft modifications. Sure, you can like make fillets and stuff to solids, but you don't have the behaviors like you can in the sculpting tools. So check this tip out from Taylor. It's how to get a little bit more soft editing tools. So when you're in the sculpting environment, you get a sort of a, this is the default behavior. So if you start moving stuff, you can see how it kind of gives a hard type of modification. So on this second part, if you take a look here on the sidebar, you get an option. You get this checkbox called soft modification. You get a ton of more options. You have a selection type, you have a radius, you have a fall off type, and you have all sorts of different little buttons and switches to make a really nice sort of gradation of your modification. So now take a look at when I modify, you get this really nice bend. So by using this feature, I was able to make all the little pieces that make up the one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater. So what we'll do now is we'll jump into CAD, or not CAD, but actually Autodesk 360. So this is the file that's public. You can download it, of course. Say you wanted to modify it in another CAD package, you could just come up here to Archive. You can download that, open that in Fusion, or you can download the step file or the SAT file if you want to use Rhinoceros, or if you want to use Onshape or SolidWorks. Most of these sketches are hopefully preserved, but here's all the parts that make it up. We have the wings, you have the unicorn, and again, big shout out to Phil B. He designed the initial mounting bracket and components for the TFT display, the OLED display, and the cabochon, which is that the little plastic eyepiece thing here. So let's just see if the explode model works. It might not. There it goes. So you can see there's the board that Phil B designed. It's also got the little slot for the micro SD card, because you can do that as well. You don't use it in this project, but it's good that we have it modeled there for future projects. We have the mounting holes, the board layout, and the cabochon like I was saying. And if you notice that the face is actually two pieces, I did that so that we can print it without any supports. Man, I just love how that all splits open like that. It's really cool. So let's take a look at the model browser so we can see all the parts that make up the design. Again, this is the component that Phil B designed, so I was able to take that out of 123D, bring it into Fusion, name it, and position it in a spot, and then design around it using the freeform modeling tools. Thank you. And here's the unicorn horn. I made that as a separate component as well, using the same type of stuff. They're not solids, they're T-splines. We got the wing. I traced that out. It's a combination of a solid and the freeform. That's how I was able to make this really nice sort of curvy wing thing. I was just able to just sort of mold it out as if it was clay, which is really fun. If you're doing something organic, maybe soft robotics, you should check this out, definitely.
The way to go, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the links to Taylor's tutorials. I didn't want to remake those tutorials because he just did such a fantastic job on them. So that's how I made the wings. And then I cut up the face part. It was originally one part. I did print it out as one, but cutting it in half led to using less support material. They still need, of course, support materials, but it wasn't as bad as printing it with
completely down, right?
So you can see how the little standoffs are designed this way, and there's a lot of room in there for all the components. There's a little cutout here at the top for underneath the chin. There's a little cutout for mounting the slide switch. So that's how you power it on and off, so you have access to that. And the top part here just has a little hole for the unicorn horn. And then, it's kind of slow, so bear with me, folks. But there's little cutouts here on the edges too for the wings. And then you can see the plate has all the stuff for the screws. It has one standoff with two mounting holes, and what keeps the display in place is these walls here. The walls kind of keep just like just allows it to slide. The push buttons actually act as the spring, so it pushes it back up the display. So that's how you're able to actuate the buttons by pushing on the cabochon. And then there's the little clips for the wings, and there's a lip around the whole thing so that it snaps into the two halves. You do have to glue them together, but it's super easy to do it with E6000. But yeah, check out the file. It is available to download. I'll probably do another layer by layer on some of the cool little techniques that I learned while building this project. Although it was challenging, it is nice to have a parametric timeline so I can go back and actually, sort of increase the size. If like you wanted to fit your doorbell, if you wanted to increase it, you could do that, and then a bunch of features would get carried over, or at least in Fusion 360. So
yep, definitely the way to go.
Yeah, really nice. Again, check it out. We have it all linked below, and I'll have the tutorials from Taylor as well linked below. This week's project brought to you by
Phil B.
Yay. Okay, so that's the layer by layer segment.
Don't forget, if you want to pick up any of these components,
Yeah.
use coupon code.
Yeah, let me bring up the
One
coupon
eye.
code. Give me a second, folks. Everything's so slow right now.
It's probably
Whoa.
Fusion, right?
No, it's not Fusion. It's just the browser. Fusion is closed. So there you go. One eye will get you 10% off your order. If you want to pick up the last minute Halloween stuff, I think you can.
Sorry, you can even make this into like a necklace or something, or
Get next
cute
day
little
shipping.
pet.
Cute little pet? Yeah, sure.
Get 10%
Remix the
off
project.
using the coupon code ONEEYE. Remember, all of the freebie deals still apply while supplies last.
Okay, real quick. Primer Proto, Trinket, free shipping, Pro Trinket.
That's right.
There you go. Okay. What do we want to do next, Mr. Pedro?
Next up, I think we got Shop Talk.
Okay, Shop Talk. This is where we talk about some components and other things like that. So you want to go over the overhead?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's
Here
see,
you go.
Shop Talk. Simplify 3D.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Start off
Alright.
with that one. Go back into the browser.
Okay, let's jump into the browser.
Our favorite slicing program, Simplify 3D, has come out with a very awesome, thorough visual guide on troubleshooting 3D printing, common 3D printing mishaps that could happen. So a lot of the times, there's some, some under extrusion or some, wobbly, striations on prints. And they've, since they work on a lot of different printers, they've taken the opportunity to figure out what a lot of the fixes for all of these out. And they did a good job of illustrating all of these thumbnails. If you click into any one of those, it'll give you a detailed explanation of everything.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then they give you the exact settings of what tabs you need to go into and change to fix any of the problems that you may have. So this is, again, what you're paying for when you buy their software, their technical support, and a lot of their know-how on how to fix a lot of these. So some of the things that, recently with the Ultimaker that we were trying to figure out was the extrusion width. So if you just click into that, very nice job too with the CSS that they've done there to animate all of the very nice detailed instructions on how to fix those, like what could be causing it, what options to go into inside of Simplify to fix a lot of those problems.
Cool. We've had every one of these problems, folks, and I'm sure you have if you've dealt with 3D printing. You've had all of these problems. So it's really nice to have a sort of go-to guide to see how to alleviate all these things. Yeah.
Even if you don't have Simplify it, they also tell you what settings could be in a different type of slicer.
Yeah, sometimes you think it's hardware, sometimes a combination of software and hardware. Most of the time it's slicing software, or slicing settings.
Yeah, slice settings, yeah.
Okay, pretty cool. Again, we'll have it linked below. We also have it on the blog. Big shout outs to the team at Simplify 3D, making 3D printing a lot more simpler.
Yes. Next up, we want to remind you guys the Halloween prop contest is still going. You still got, 13 days left?
Yeah, 13, is it? Yeah, 13 days left from the time of the shooting.
Yeah. Well, we're shooting this on Tuesday, so yeah.
196 entries, so many awesome entries. This is, of course, by Instructables. So get on this now. You can win a 3D printer, you win a camera, you can win all sorts of electronic goodies, light up stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, if you haven't heard by now, we've been hawking this contest for a while now, so check it out.
Excellent to check out, even if just for inspiration, if you want to build next year's project.
That's right, because these are all instructions, these are all tutorials and guides, so you can build.
Oh, and of course, there's always a Comic-Con or cosplay event going on, so definitely great.
I think that's why it extends beyond Halloween, so that's cool.
Very cool.
Okay, thank you, Instructables. Be sure to check that out, folks. All right. Next Shop Talk, we want to talk about a new little printer.
Yeah, so last week we were talking about this little itty bitty micro 3D printer, like how tiny it is, you can just hold it in your hand.
Yeah, it runs off 5 volts. We plan to make it portable. We're really liking this printer. So last week we talked about having some downtime on it.
Yeah, we had some Z shifting issues. Support got with us really quick.
Yeah, Ricky from their support team, big shout out to you, sir. You were quick to respond to us, and it turns out we didn't have actually any hardware issues. It was all software.
Yeah, it was just recalibrating the motion drive in there and then offsetting the leveling on the bed by 0.1 millimeters, and it printed out perfect again.
That's right.
So one of the things that we love testing with a new printer is tolerances, because we like printing things that are useful and actually work in your to make something better instead of, you know, like a statue or something like that.
I love statues and squirrels, but squirrel, check this out. We tested out this, it's a telescope adapter that I designed for the first scope, Celestron telescope that we have in the Adafruit shop. And what perfect timing. There is actually some cool astronomy stuff going on in the news.
That's right. This week until November, you're going to be able to see Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and this upcoming week, we're going to have a crescent moon. So all those things are going to be nicely aligned, so it's perfect time to take out your first scope telescope out there and take very cool time-lapse pictures.
Using your smartphone, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a couple weeks back project that you designed. It's just a little mount for your iPhone 6 Plus. So it's got a big enough bed to be able to fit, you know, a large sort of print area to
This print's testing not just tolerances, but it's testing out support material. This heavily requires support material, and it comes out really well. Of course, we use Simplify 3D. Of course, you can use Simplify 3D with the M3D printer using microprint software. Again, big shout out to Mr. Frenzen, Thomas Frenzen from Sweden, who developed that software. It's actually on GitHub, so it's kind of open source. You know, you can contribute to it if you'd like. But yeah, we're still testing it out, printing out a lot of different things. Really nice print here, and I just want to shout out one thing to this.
Pause there. Where's the spool for this?
Yeah, where's the spool, guys? They have a very nice little design here. So if you take a look at here, the wiring to the print head is also able to have the filament feed through that little black cable that you can see there. So they have an internal, underneath the bed, there's an internal area, big area, for the spool. They have little mini spools. It also works with big spools, of course, if you want to make your own spool holder. But this is really cool. Inside this little compartment, it houses the spool. And also, if you don't want to have the spool, there's enough room in there for a Raspberry Pi. There's enough room in there for a microcontroller if you want to put some lights and stuff. There's a lot of room for tinkering, so that's really cool.
A lot of room in a teeny tiny little package, yeah. Like you were saying before, it runs off of 5 volts. We've already tested measuring, getting the components inside there. OctoPi does work with a plug-in, so you can definitely check that out. And like you were saying, runs off of 5 volts. So we're able to power it off a battery and a Raspberry Pi. So that's going to be cool. I think one of the things we're going to be doing is driving our bike while the print is riding our bike while we're printing with this on there. So it's going to be a cool little experiment.
From an aesthetic and design standpoint, I really love this thing. There's no wires hanging out. It's all nicely enclosed. It's got really nice chamfers. I mean bevels.
It's a direct drive system, not a Bowden, so you're able to do things like
next flex. One other thing I want to say, it's got active cooling in that little guy.
Yeah, nice little active cooling fan there. You can kind of see it.
Again, shout out to Michael Armani, who is the CEO, of course. We did an interview, so if you haven't seen the interview yet, definitely check it out. There's a little bit more nitty gritty of the insides of that guy.
Lots of cool little engineer that went on there.
Yes.
Fellow MIT graduate who figured out how to do this. Very cool.
So NinjaFlex.
Direct drive, NinjaFlex.
It works.
Right out of the box. You don't have to do any tinkering. Here we're testing out.
The only tinkering you have to do is slice settings, which we have a slicing profile. If you're using Simplify 3D, you can use that. Or if you're using something like Cura, you can sort of follow along with those slice settings that we have. But tell me a little bit about your experiences with NinjaFlex.
Yeah, so I put it in thinking, oh my God, it's going to like, you know, curl up and get blocked like some of the printers usually do, but no, this was one of the first prints that we spat out, and we're using here the glow fill NinjaFlex, obviously because of Halloween.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, it comes out great. We also tried the
Semiflex works really well as well.
Yeah, it works fabulous, yeah. So you can use all the flexible filaments, and when you open it up, you're able to see just the short distance that it has between the drive and the nozzle inside there.
Sort of the same song and dance, right? Or at least settings-wise. Turn off retraction. Yep. Print lower if you're doing lower temperatures, like 190 if you're doing something like this. Yeah, you're looking pretty good.
Very
so
impressed
both
with
NinjaFlex, Semiflex. Of course, Semiflex comes out with a little bit of better.
And surprisingly, a large amount of our projects fit right on this.
Yeah, a lot of them are pieces, so like the ray gun would fit.
The ray gun fits perfectly on there. A lot of, when you're doing tests, one of the things that you should be testing is something like boxes, since you're testing out
enclosures.
Enclosures, yeah. So you're testing out retraction, you're testing out overhangs,
tolerances.
And tolerances. So It's one of the things we want to test when testing out new printers.
Will my screws fit? Will my lip work? Does it snap fit? All those things are important. So that's the Micro 3D. We got a couple links for you guys below.
Yep, can't wait to start putting the
making it
pie. Yeah, make it all
portable.
nice and portable.
Cool.
Look at that, so portable.
Putting lights. We need to put lights in it. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for Shop Talk. Is that true? Really?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Next up, we have this week's
Do you want to do the Community Makes next?
Community Makes.
All right, folks. Community Makes. We talked about it last week. This week, it's fully fleshed out. We're celebrating people who are making our projects. A lot of people, you guys, thank you so much. We have about 10
we had an
plus
influx of maids that came in.
So many people came in and posted photos. Thank you so much. You guys will be receiving our 3D printed sticker.
By the time this is released, you've already have gotten these.
You're probably watching with the sticker. Very awesome. We're also giving out a 3D printed, no, it's not 3D printed, a badge.
Yeah,
this badge here.
A lot of you are familiar. If you ever gone to show and tell, you get the very nice UV vinyl coated sticker for showing up on the show and tell. Yep. It's the same quality that you're going to be getting with the 3D printed sticker. How do you get a badge? By going above and beyond.
Yeah, so we're going to be awarding badges to folks who are not just making the projects, but sort of improving the projects, okay? Making tweaks, doing some CAD, adding some more features and code.
Even doing post-processing techniques. When you upload when you hit the made button and you upload your photo, in the description, if you're able to add a little bit more, like figure out a nice processing technique that we haven't figured out, or write a sketch, or even when we see personal growth from, because a lot of us follow you on Instagram, a lot of you who are not scared to figure out CAD or get your hands dirty in circuitry, you are going to receive the Iron-On badge.
That's right. So real quick, we'll show you guys how to post a make on Thingiverse. If you don't have an account on Thingiverse, please go ahead and make one so that we can start tracking folks who are making the project. So let's say we made this project here. This is the Evil Face Planter. You come over here in the sidebar. It says, I made one. You click on that. You drop in some photos and give us a little description. The more descriptive, the better. We want to know, and let people know too, well, what were your experiences with it? What did you learn about it? What settings did you use and what printer? All those sort of things go a long way because they help not just us, but the people who are looking at this. It gives them an incentive to be like, hey, this actually works and this is actually printable. So yeah. I think that's the way to do it.
This week's highlight that we want to shout out.
Yeah, this week we want to highlight Kirby G. Check him out on Instagram if you haven't already. Kirby81 is the username there. He is making like a ton of our projects. Like not just our projects, but actually making really good projects for sort of upgrading and optimizing his Lulzbot TAS 4/5. So he's working on so many different projects. Here's an influx of Adafruit parts that he bought. That's awesome. He's stepping into Fusion 360, learning how to design stuff in it. He used Taylor Steen's tutorial. This is actually how I learned too. Several months ago, I didn't know how to use Fusion. We didn't know how to use Fusion. Now we know how to use Fusion, and we really love it and really use it, man. That's all I can say.
One of the things that got him interested was there's always projects that have different tolerances depending on what printer you're using.
So it goes a long way to be able to go step in there and modify it.
Wasn't scared to just jump in there and start figuring out what all the components did, and is now on his way to becoming a very experienced Fusion 360 user.
Yay! Yeah, so shout out to you, sir. You'll be receiving a badge.
That's right.
3D printed
awesome
badge.
Little Iron-On badge.
It's a stitched badge. Okay, so awesome. That is the Community Makes. Of course, there's so many makes that we can't highlight every one of you, but thank you so much.
The folks that are posting, like 15 different stickers, and don't be scared if you're in the UK or overseas.
Oh, that's right. Somebody asked, like, hey, I'm in the UK.
Everywhere.
And yeah, we ship everywhere, like Pedro was saying. So yeah, post it up. Thingiverse is where to go. Okay, so that's Community Makes. Again, thank you guys so much for posting those. And we know it takes time out of your day. So next up, let's do the Q&A. This is where we answer your questions from the YouTubes. We have some today.
So remember, if you have any questions, leave them below in any of the videos, and we'll gather them up for a future episode.
That's right. Okay, so the first one is from Robert Salomon. Pixel 3D, hey, with the belt drive issues with the M3D printer you guys encountered, is it still a buy now worthy printer, or should I wait a bit before getting it? Your feedback is appreciated. It's in my beginner 3D printing starting budget, but if it's got hardware problems out of the box, I guess I should just wait. But I'm also looking at a printer bot simple metal 3D printer as well. Yeah, so we just showcased some stuff about the M3D. There wasn't any hardware issues. We thought it was, but of course, Ricky, big shout out to Ricky again from the support team, M3D. Yeah, it was just a software issue. So even though their default software is okay and it works well, that it's really cool that to have a third-party piece of software that works with Cura, that works with Simplify ID, that takes any G code and makes it work. So we definitely recommend the printer. Of course, it is half the price of the PrinterBot Metal Simple, but it's half the build volume as well. So if you want a bigger build volume and you got the extra money, you know, you have many options.
That's right.
We of course carry the Simple Metal in the shop, so you can pick it up from us as well, get free shipping, or you can pick up the M3D printer. That's right. So
it's always really
like,
good options,
you know, yeah.
It's just some like features you want to weigh. You want to be able to have it be like completely portable, where you can take it around to different places.
There's a lot of little features like that that make it go a long way. As a my first easy bake oven type thing works really well. Yeah, it's in multiple materials as well. So.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get, even with their new aluminum extruder on the Simple Bot and the
Simple Bot.
Simple to get NinjaFlex to extrude reliably. Right. Quality-wise, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's many ways we can go around a rabbit hole, but comparing the two, but yeah, both are really good options, and there you go.
Yep. Just weigh out the differences.
Cool. Thank you, Robert, for the question. We're going to move on to the next one. This is from Dan the Man, 1998. I'm wondering if the bronze fill would make a good bushing. This is on the... Like, no.
Absolutely not.
No, it's too soft.
PLA.
Yeah, it's still PLA. It's not good for substituting real bushings, real hardware, real screws. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It's mainly for aesthetic stuff, statues,
something you want to polish.
Elements,
like props.
Maybe some jewelry.
It has the weight, but again, they're particles or metal particles that are fused together with plastic. Yeah. So it's not going to be able to take heat very well. No, it takes the heat though when you're doing the polishing to be able to sort of blend all of the layers together. But for using it for hardware, definitely
wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to make a chess set, check it out. There's the Adafruit chess set. Okay, well, thank you for the question, Dan. Next one, this is from Shinhan. Is the resin toxic like in SLA on the Ember 3D printer from Autodesk? Yes, it is toxic. You should not be handling it with your bare hands. If you watch the video, you see us. We have a full mask hazard thing.
Just in case it splashes. Hazmat. The smell is not pleasant to have inside of a house. As pretty as it looks, we'd love to have it in the background, but it's just not. We have a kid running around here, stinky. So we really can't have it. We have it in the garage for an upcoming project that we're going to have to use the high quality resin for, but other than that.
There's some projects in the works for this one, so. Yeah, again, the question is it toxic? Yeah, it is. You got to handle it with a lot of care, and you can't just pull it off the print like you can with FDM. So.
Exactly, yeah.
There you go. All right, thank you for the question, though, Shin. Next question. So this gentleman here, Anilis. Something like that. I don't want to butcher your name, but anyway, do you make and sell these? I will buy one if you make one. This is like Becky's question. We're like, can you wash it? Can you wash it? Now we're getting a bunch of questions every week. Can you make it? I'll buy it from you. Can you make it? I'll buy it from you.
There is absolutely no
we want you to make it.
We
want you to get the we want you to either send your part to something like the 3D Hubs, or invest yourself into a low-cost printer and start getting your feet wet.
Yeah, it's going to cost just as much if you just buy a printer. And
you'll save a lot of money. If you do. So yeah, there you go. There's the question. We'll keep answering this every week. The answer's no. You got to make it yourself. Okay, next question is from DJ Incline. I love watching these builds, but I have no idea what I would use these for. I just don't get it. I want to build a computer in my dashboard to run music programs such as Audacity and Ableton Live. What is my best option? Yeah, so this is on the Raspberry Pi Touch, last week's project. We have a lot of different Raspberry Pi sort of tablet form factors, which is really nice. We got different screen sizes, price points for you. So there's, beyond just Raspbian, there's a bunch of multimedia type OSs. So the first one, of course, everyone knows about this one. XBMC on the Raspberry Pi. It comes with noobs. So you can install it pretty straightforward, easy. It's got a really nice interface. Of course, you don't want to watch TV while you're driving, but it works with music as well.
It'll work for having like a kid in
shows.
the back or something like that. And we have an excellent tutorial by, I think, Brennan. Made the tutorial on how to have external storage.
Nice.
So definitely check that out on
It looks like an Apple TV or something, so that's really nice, or Chromecast. You also got some other options for you folks. OSMC is a new one, free open source media center. So check that one out. Really clean interface, probably a lot faster, lightweight. There's also the new one, Sailfish OS on Raspberry Pi 2. Check that out.
Really awesome.
It's using Sailfish OS. All this stuff is, of course, linked below, and I think that's what you're gonna look for. Some cool software for your Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully that gives you an
idea of what you can do.
An idea of what you can do. I think that's gonna be it for the show, or at least the Q&A part. Yeah, that's it for the show, for the Q&A. Again, thank you guys so much for asking your questions.
Again, if you want to pick up any of the components to make any of the project we've shown today.
That's right, 1i is the coupon code, get you 10% off your order.
That's right, doesn't work on software or gift certificates.
It works on everything else though. Filament, printers, wearables, boards, Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, everything and everything, except the bits.
Remember, we don't take any loans or venture capital.
Yeah, no sponsors either.
No sponsors.
Sponsored by you.
That's right.
So we're giving you free prizes. Well, you know, you spend enough, you get some free stuff.
Yeah,
so.
all of these items are, once you spend enough, are automatically added to your cart.
Right.
You don't have to do anything extra. You're just there when you check out.
That's right.
So definitely take advantage.
All right, well, I think that's going to be it for the show, folks. We're going to leave you off with some links, of course. Check out the guides on the Adafruit learning system. A lot of Halloween inspiration, cosplay, wearables, Internet of Things is a big one.
Almost, what is that, 900 or 800?
900 plus.
900 plus
tutorials. So
take a search there if you're interested in a project you don't know if we've done or not. We might have already done it.
That's right.
So search there for inspiration. There's always a ton
Plethora
of cool
projects
you can work on. Yeah.
Okay. The learning system, we talked about it. Blogs, of course, we're sharing stories and stuff there. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
We also have a bunch of other cool shows.
Yep. Starting off with Wearable Wednesday every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Hang out with Becky and friends. Get some sensors and some lights sewn to your apparel. A lot of cool projects there. Win free prizes as well. Ask questions there as well. Very good time. And then a little bit later in that evening on Wednesdays, we have our show and tell, where you can win a Seen and Show and Tell stickers as well.
That's right.
Every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, and then shortly after that, Lamar and Phil. 1 hour of Ask Engineer. New products, Raspberry Pi, Arduino, open source, and more.
That's right. You might be able to see secret projects that Adafruit's working on.
That's
Tune
right.
in every week for that.
Trivia question at the end with a prize. And of course, I'm missing a banner for it, but from the desk of Lady Ada is a live stream that happens. Periscope, if you're not on Periscope, that's from Twitter. You can set that thing up, or you can use the YouTube gaming app, which will actually give you notification when they go live. So be sure to check that out. We have a playlist as well if you want to look at the backlog archive of Lamar.
So you can watch her design.
Last week she designed
breakout boards live on the air.
Yeah, she designed from scratch. So very, very awesome. Shout out to them, of course, Lamar and Phil, sponsors of the show. I think it's going to be it for the show, folks. Again, I'm Noe Pedro. I'm Noe. That's Pedro. We're running the show.
See you guys next week.
We'll see you next week. But until then, happy Halloween.
That's right.
And remember to keep on making.
See you guys.
See you guys.